They released defensive tackle, I want to say 3 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll go through the list. Chris Jones at 1, Quinnen Williams at 2, Dexter Lawrence at 3, Jeffrey Simmons at 4, Justin Matabuke at 5, Christian Wilkins at 6, Derrick Brown at 7, DeForest Buckner at 8, Kenny Clark at 9, and Javon Hargrave at 10.
Who's that 5? Oh, wait.
I fucking hate some of these people who make this
Justin
list,
Matabuke.
And who's that 4?
Defensive tackle, Baltimore.
Yeah.
He's nice.
No, he is. He is.
He's nice. And his lowest rating was 7. Highest rating was 2 amongst the people that voted on this list.
Like,
I mean, lists do be getting messy. Lists be getting messy, but this is coming from niggas that are actually in the field, though. Execs, scouts, players, coaches.
well, we just fucking lit up the fucking scouts.
I swear
So,
we
I
did.
mean,
Hours,
and the
yeah.
players.
yeah,
Fair
but
enough.
because it's like, what are they basing this off of? There's no way that you're looking at the fucking stats from last year and arranging this list.
Do you have a problem with? Who do you have a problem with?
I don't even think there's no way you're looking at the play on the field besides the teams being dog shit and making this list.
Who do you have a problem with?
You
though?
don't argue number 1. I mean, Chandler Jones, now
Yeah.
that AD is retired, is slid into that spot. Number
Absolutely.
2 was who?
Jeffrey Simmons or DeForest Buckner?
No, number 2 is
no,
Quinnen
no.
Williams.
Yes,
Which,
number
okay,
2
fair.
was Quinnen Williams.
Solid.
Tell me when you have a problem, because it seems like you have a problem with this list.
Yeah.
So just tell me when you have a problem. Chris Jones at
No.
1. We're good with that, correct?
Yeah.
Quinnen Williams at 2. I'm good with that.
We're good with.
personally.
I'm good with that.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Okay. Dexter Lawrence at 3.
That's
I think
when
that
I might
be
have
a
a
little
problem.
bit high for
Yeah.
Dexter. I think I would drop Dexter a little bit.
Okay. His highest rating was 2, and his lowest rating was 8.
Yeah, I think I'm more of like a 6, 7
Yeah.
for Dexter.
And he was last year. His ranking was number 6, just for the sake of the conversation.
And he went up to 3.
And he went up to 3.
And he didn't. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't agree with that, but
Okay. Jeffrey Simmons at 4, Tennessee.
I like Jeffrey. I don't know if I like him at 4.
Yeah, I same.
Based on this, the lowest rating was unranked. So they had a couple of guys that felt the same way.
Yeah.
Didn't even have him in the top 10, and
I
his
think I
highest
would
rating
put
was 2.
Matabuke at 3, honestly, because he was a fucking menace.
He was a
up
dog.
in that middle.
I
for
would definitely
Baltimore.
put him above Jeffrey Simmons for sure,
I would put
and
him
Dexter
above,
Lawrence.
Yeah, I would put him above both of them.
I don't know if I'm putting him above Dexter, but I'm definitely putting him above Simmons. For me, personally. Christian Wilkins at 6.
I don't know how I like that either. I don't like him above Derrick Brown. I just don't.
That's where okay, so all of this being said, we don't have to go through the whole
I
list.
think I have
That's
Derrick
kind
Brown
of what I
probably
want
at
to draw
like
to
4.
go.
Yeah. I don't go
4
no.
or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. You can't tell me Derrick Brown isn't the top 5 defensive tackle in the league. And I think the only reason that he's below that is because the Carolina Panthers are dog shit.
Well, that's kind of part of what they said. I'll just read this very quickly. It's less than a paragraph. Brown was a menace in the middle. This is per ESPN again. Brown was a menace in the middle for the Panthers, leading the league with a 47% run stop with win rate. While the sack production isn't there, Brown has 8 sacks in 4 years. The disruption very much is. Carolina decided to build a defense around him instead of pass rusher Brian Burns, who was traded to the Giants. This is a quote. It doesn't say who it's from, but one of the people that made the list, I'm assuming. Quote, you feel him more than you see the sack numbers, a veteran NFL scout said of Brown. When you play him and watch him, he's really good. Wouldn't surprise me if he has more sacks in the future. Carolina is always losing in games, so teams don't throw the ball as much on them late. That's
So
in quote.
they're blaming that for the inflated run stuff numbers.
No,
that's
they're
what they're
blaming that
attributing.
on the lack of sack numbers.
Well, I'm saying, I guess too, yeah, but that would also lead to the inflated run stuff numbers.
Fair
if
enough.
all you're doing is stuffing runs all damn day.
I mean, yeah, that's a solid point. So where would y'all put him? You said you would put him at 4.
I will put him at least 5.
I would put him
So
at,
who are you taking out of the top 5 then?
Jeffrey Simmons, and I'll move Dexter Lawrence down.
Fair enough. Where are you putting him?
I would put him at, I think I would put him at 4. I'd put him right behind Metabuke because I think I put him above. I put Dexter Lawrence right under him. I do like Dexter Lawrence as well, but I think what I saw last year of the Giants and what I saw last year of the Panthers, I think when I was watching both teams, because Giants are in division, so I do pay attention. I think there was times when, you kind of forget Dexter Lawrence is on the field, and I don't think I saw a time when I didn't see Derrick Brown. Like, I can't really remember watching a Panthers game and being like, where the fuck is Derrick Brown?
Fair enough.
He was everywhere. Like, I was watching Derrick Brown run 15, 20 yards down the field to go make a tackle because nobody else could.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how they cut on the film and look at the stats and be like, 7.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would put him 5.
But
I would put him up.
Former D tackle.
Yeah, I would put him up. I like Dex. I think I like Dex more than I like DB, honestly. But bro from Baltimore, on God, I had that shit rocking. I had that shit rocking.
Be doing.
Oh, for real?
Sexy
I did that shit. I did that shit one time. I got cussed out by my coach. I was on WITN and everything, turned in a bitch. I don't know, bro. I almost think Derrick Brown is right where he needs to be. Unless I replace him, I would probably replace Simmons with DB. I think DB is way better than Simmons. Simmons to me is not that, personally. That's why his lowest ranking is a fucking unranked. Because, to me, I don't think that Simmons is 4. I don't think Simmons is 4. So what I would do is I would probably move Justin Matabuke up to 4. Actually, I would move Matabuke up to 3. I would put Dex at 4. I would push Christian Wilkins, up to 5. And I would put DB at 6, and then Simmons would go down to 7.
Who was 8 and 9?
8 was DeForest Buckner.
I think I put DeForest over
Kenny Clark and Javon Hargrave. And I think Javon Hargrave is a stud, too.
Javon Hargrave had a bad year last year, though, I will say.
What was his ranking last year?
He was high the year before.
Oh, no, that's Kenny Clark. Hold on. Yeah, last year's ranking, he was 5.
Yeah, he was up there. He had a great season with the Eagles, but last year with the 49ers, there was reports coming out that they weren't too pleased with the fact that they had signed him. Because you got to think who was on that 49ers D-line, and then think about what Javon Hargraves really did. Like, you had Javon Hargraves. You had Nick Bosa. You had Chase Young. You had Randy Gregory. Like, the edges were fucking loaded, so that should have, freed up Javon to just go crazy, and he just, had a relatively pedestrian season by his standards. His standards.
Fair enough. Honorable mention, just for the sake of the conversation, Vita Vea, Jonathan Allen, Jalen Carter, Deron Payne, Cameron Hayward, and Christian Barmore.
I think I put Vita Vea on that list, too. I don't know how he got left off, but Vita Vea is...
Well, who is he better than? That's
Clark.
The question. Is he?
I think so.
He had 7.5 sacks last year, though.
Who, Kenny Clark?
Yeah. And he made the Pro Bowl. He had 7.5 sacks as a D tackle. 7.5 sacks as a D tackle is OD. I'm not going.
Yeah, it is, but I just think if I have a team, I want Vita Vea in the middle instead of Kenny Clark. If I'm picking between those two.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Let's see. Cool. I think I'm good there. If you're still watching, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell on, share it, do all of that good stuff. We're still growing, obviously. Got a goal that we want to be at training camp. Got a goal that we want to be at after training camp in the preseason, and then obviously heading into week 1, we have a goal as well. I think we're tracking relatively well. I think we're in a good position. So again, like, comment, and subscribe if you don't mind. Because why wouldn't you?